Okay. Anyway, so as we were saying yesterday, each of these energy levels, as it turns out, we're going to find out here in a second, except for the first one, all of the rest of the energy levels have one or more of these sublevels. Trying to think of what else I want to say here before I do this. Oh, there we go. This is important. I knew there was something. So, the value of n equals the number of sublevel shapes, and I want to emphasize this word, available. And the other thing I want to do is indicate that those sublevel shapes are listed in order of increasing energy. And so we're going to add this to our little ladder drawing, which we kind of already knew anyway, but that just emphasizes that a little bit. Did I tell you the story about a class that I had approximately 26 years ago, 27 years ago, when I was going over all of this stuff? Now, I should actually tell you the story later, but I'll do it now. So I'm going over all this stuff, going over all the quantum numbers, putting all this together. And then at some point in time, when I'm done, I kind of look out to the students. I say, does anyone have any questions? And every student was looking at me exactly as you guys are now. They're like, they didn't even know what to ask. I mean, they were just boggled. They were stunned. I knew everybody had questions. Finally, this brave student raised their hand. Yes, Andrew. Mr. Lehman, are you making this stuff up as you go along? It's going to seem that way for a little while. This is where I'm going with this. Right now, I'm throwing all this crap at you. You're going, even already, you're kind of going, what's going on up there, okay? It all comes together. Every single one of you are going to be good at this, okay? It'll happen. All right, anyway. So, with these two ideas right here, we have different shapes. We have 4 different shapes that we're going to worry about in this class. And also that the value of n equals the number of sublevel shapes available. We're going to start putting our little ladder together here. Now, clearly, you guys remember this stuff. N equals 1, 2, 3. This is the number of energy levels, right? So, at the first energy level, well, first of all, which of these is the lowest in energy? The S, okay. So at the first energy level, how many different shapes do we have available? 1. What orbital shape do you think that would be? An S. So we're going to put an S here. As it turns out, they all have S's. But at the second energy level, we need to have we're going to have 2 different shapes. What's the next shape? P. However, don't get ahead of yourself. Please don't get ahead of yourself. P's are slightly higher in energy than the S's. So that's kind of where we get this idea that we're currently on the first floor. The 2000 wing is also on the first floor, but we're at a slightly different level than the 2000 wing is because of those 3 or 4 steps over there. Does that make any sense? Yep. Okay. At the third energy level, how many different shapes? Again, don't get ahead of yourself. We're going to have 3 different shapes. So we're going to put a P here, and then we're going to go up a little bit and over and put D. And then clearly at the 4th energy level, we're going to have 4 different shapes. So once again, we're going to have a P here And again, please do not get ahead of yourselves. A D up a little higher and over. And then lastly, F's, which are up even a little bit further, but over even more, for reasons that we will talk about later. Okay. I haven't seen Maya for a long time. You guys seen Maya lately? Marita.
No, she moved to Chicago.
Anyway, so there's the beginnings, all right? So we've got the second orbital quantum number, or we got orbital, or the second quantum number, the orbital quantum number, kind of designated. We're going to come back and fill in some other information a little bit later. No, I'm going to do it now, because I already told you what the possible values of n are. All positive integers through infinity, okay? The values of L are going to be, I guess I'll do this in blue. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and put a 3 up there too. You'll see why here in a second. So my possible values of L are going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way through n minus 1. I know, it's going to be weird, but we'll put this together. I don't have time. It looks like I'm going to be stopping here. What time we get out of here? In like 13 seconds or so? Approximately. All right.